Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, D Scrapsy Scraps. I am your hostess with the mostest, Scrappy D. You'll notice this is not a computer, nor am I scrapping this. If you've been following my growing channel, you would know that I also own a music school / band instrument repair service in Shelton, Connecticut. And this is Buzz. And I named him Buzz because, boy did he buzz. I'm not in my pajamas. I'm freezing. It is back in the deep chill zone. It's like 9 degrees outside with bad wind chills. I'm not going out today, kiddos. So what I thought I would do is show you some reasons why Buzz was buzzing. I've fixed Buzz, but in the process, I came across just so many things that were loose and wiggly and wobbly on this guitar. I wanted to share them with you in the hopes that when you restring your guitar, you'll be able to check these things. So here we go. So I started by putting a fresh set of strings on. You never know when there's a fray or some such thing, or some reason the guitar won't hold a tune or whatnot. So step one was a brand new set of number 7 light Fender strings. It's for a 4th grade student. Light is a good gauge for him. Now this particular guitar was part of a package. It was like $99 a couple of years ago, Christmas time promotion. You know, it's a Fender Squier Strat. It was mass produced in Indonesia. But the trouble with mass-produced guitars is they have a lot of things that can just go wrong because they're mass-produced. So the first thing I had to do was figure out why was this instrument making such a horrific sound. Well, when I went to the back, and if you've never done an electric guitar, you restring by pushing strings through these holes. When I got in here, this spring was off. This is a sound block, so this spring was completely off, and this sound block, I wish I could get a close-up of it. I don't think I can. This sound block was broken. This whole piece was lying down here in this well. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably the reason Buzz is buzzing. I'm going to try to move this so my kitchen light doesn't reflect on it. A little to the left, I think. Okay. My 1960s fluorescent kitchen light. Okay, anyway. So this was broken. I was like, ugh, that is not good. This is a $99 guitar. I really don't think it's worth ordering the part and trying to even find the part, this, that, and the other thing, putting a lot of time and effort into a guitar that only cost about 99 bucks. So I was ready to give up and tell them, you know what, I think you should just try and find another used guitar. I don't think it's worth fixing. But I looked at it some more. I didn't even find the answer on YouTube. I found it myself. This is it almost feels like concrete. But it's not. It's a very heavy, thick composite of some type. I don't exactly know what it is. Some kind of plastic. So I went to Home Depot and I picked up some of that 2-part epoxy resin glue. You take the first tube. Fortunately, this fit together. It had broken, but there were no chips per se. I was able to just glue it back together. I forgot what it's called, Loctite or some such thing. The first tube you put along the broken edges of all the pieces you're going to reconnect. You let it dry 30 seconds, and then you put the second polymer on. They bond together, and it worked. This is a lot of tension on this. I let it sit a week, and it shows no sign that it's going to fracture or break or anything else. So I'm really happy about that. These strings are there's a lot of pressure here. They can adjust here. Anyway, so I was really happy about That really made me happy. I like when I can fix things for people. Okay. But there were other things that were going on with Buzz, really just more because of inferior quality than anything else. Sorry, Fender. They were mass produced, and that's the way they go. So in the process of doing maintenance on this guitar, I went through and I tightened everything there was to be adjusted and tightened. And there were a lot of things that were really wobbly and loose. When you tighten these things, don't over tighten them. Just enough so they don't wiggle. Okay, that's okay. I had forgotten that. So the pickup, I tightened 2 screws and the nut. And again, just enough till they stop. You don't have to over tighten anything. I tightened the screws on the sound block / pickup. I tightened the faceplate. So this is the faceplate. I tightened these, and I tightened all of the pickup screws. So this has all been properly serviced. I gave it a good wipe down. I gave it a good clean. When I'm working my way up, a lot of times what will cause a buzz on a guitar is this right here. There's a truss rod that adjusts the neck for straightness, and if any of the strings are touching any of the frets, it's going to create a buzz. So the truss rod is a common culprit for a buzz. I adjusted that. I checked out the action. I looked at everything and made those adjustments. Now, mind you, I've already fixed the what I believe is the culprit with this. So the rest of this is basic, good guitar maintenance. I worked my way up the guitar, and I found a lot of these mechanisms were super wobbly. And the reason they were wobbly was because these nuts had worked themselves loose. So I took the needle nose pliers. I didn't over tighten them. You just don't want to over tighten things. And I just tightened them up till they stopped wiggling. That took the wiggle out of the mechanisms. And the last thing I tightened were these screws here. So when you're servicing a guitar, check for all these loose nuts. Check these screws. Check your truss rod. This holds the neck of the guitar to the body of the guitar. I hope you don't find a surprise in the sound block like I did. But I was so excited about this repair, and it's going to hold. It's going to hold fine. So, yeah, I wanted to share that with you, and I thought it was worth sharing. Okay, well, Buzz is going to get his cover put back on, and Buzz is going to go sit on the guitar stand for 24 hours. I will tune it tomorrow. I just didn't want to do it today because these are very lightweight strings. They're number 7s, and I want to make sure that they're up to pitch that they stretch out a bit before I try to tune them up to pitch. That's what I was trying to say. So that's Buzz. Buzz is now no longer buzzing. Take care. I just thought I'd share something a little different with you. I do lots of cool different things, and I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care. Stay warm. Oof, it's cold out there. Stay happy. God bless. Stay wonderful.